Hello everybody, this is Love of Truth Tarot. We're going to get into another collective reading. I haven't used this singing bowl in a while, so I'm glad to bring it back. We have whale sounds in the back again. In the background, I mean. So if you're wondering what that sound is, it's very healing, and I think I'm channeling that's what you're going through at this time. There's a very transformational, spiritual transformational energy I'm feeling right now. And the theme has been focusing on you, focusing on yourself, and really building up that power within yourself, of course, with the divine's help. I'm shuffling different decks, trying to get a feel for what deck to pull out. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull from the, what is it? Gateway of Light Activation. I just got something now. Ancestral realm, karmic release, healing the lineage boundaries. So you're healing your lineage. I'm actually sitting this time. You're healing your generational, I was going to say generational curses. Anything that's been attached to you energetically throughout generations, throughout your family line. You're really trying to close the gap with that. Okay, angels, guides, ancestors, and the highest white light. What do we need to hear? We also have Orion activation, supernova, recreation, renewal, rebirth by light. Wow, rebirthed. Yeah, again, I kept feeling this transformational energy. Wow, rebirth by light. Okay, trying to get these. Okay. So then we have sacred inner space, sacral chakra, tenderness, sensuality. I think you're really honoring your sacral chakra at this time, because it is very sacred, tender. I'm getting fragile as well. Maybe you've just been going through a lot lately, and I know I say that a lot in my readings, but there's different sorts of like hardships that we go through, right? So it's not necessarily going to always be the same type of things that you're going through, but what this has been doing to you, this is what I'm getting intuitively, is that it's been really breaking you down, or really at least trying to break you down, and but like on a higher level, it's just there to teach you things. Whether there's good or bad, positive or negative, this is all a learning thing. This is all the school of life, right? So, all right, we also have Hathor light codes, light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall. Yes, again, full system upgrade. Okay, wow, we have a lot more. The old you is dying, the new you is emerging, and it's almost like I wanted to say forceful, but it's kind of that energy of being forceful, but not in a negative or bad way necessarily. It's more of like for example, I give this example to people sometimes, where if there's a train coming and you're on the train tracks, I'm going to push you. I'm going to force you to move if the train is coming at a crazy speed, right? And you're right in the way of the train, basically running you over. I'm going to force you to move. That's kind of what I'm saying about the divine right now, is kind of pushing us in a certain direction away from what's going to harm us. Like it's a very caring, loving thing to do. And it might seem like, what the heck is going on? Why is this happening to me? Why are all these seemingly negative things happening right now? It's only ever to protect you from what harsh, like it's way more harsh than what they're doing to us. Like, for example, pushing us out of the way is way less harsh than what would have happened. Like if the train were to smack you and you basically would be dead or severely injured, depending on, how you handled it. But they're basically your angels, your guides, your ancestors, your spirit team is just trying to guide you in the right direction. But sometimes we don't listen to the guidance, the information, the signs, the symbols, the synchronicities, and at times where we need to be pushed. So I don't know, I'm just getting all this intuitively from this. You're gonna need to, I don't know why I'm saying you're gonna need to, because that wasn't even really what I was gonna say, but maybe there is something you need to do. Okay. And that's why, like, this is very serious stuff. This is serious work that you're doing. You're healing your lineage. Like, that is not easy stuff. This is deep, dark, you know, out there kind of stuff. Okay. This might seem very dark. This might seem very stressful. Yeah, definitely. I'm getting stress from this. Okay. But like I said, source, God, the universe, the universe, the universe, is almost pushing you or forcing you in the right direction out of love for you to not basically get hurt any further. That's what I'm trying to say here. So we also have Akashic Stargate, and you don't want to perpetuate, you don't want to repeat those cycles that your ancestors have been repeating year after year. And I think that's why, there's certain generations that have to end these cycles that just aren't serving us anymore. Okay, we also have, turn that. Okay. Akashic Stargate, aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. So you're aligning with your purpose. What this is doing is this is helping you align with your purpose, what you're here for, your calling. I'm hearing also shining your light onto others. This is going to help you shine your light brighter for others so that they can be guided as well. So we're guided by our spirit guides, our angels, our ancestors, and our spirit team. But we're also guiding each other here on earth as well. So you might be one of those people that are helping others, whether you know it or not. And I think it's mostly by example. So you have to get yourself right, in order to be that example for others, for them to follow. So crossroads, yeah, there's many different directions you can go down, but I'm looking at all these as windows, and you can go through one of these windows. And for some reason I got that you're choosing this rainbow. And I'm not saying that any of these are necessarily wrong or bad, but I think what the colors are representing is you're looking at every aspect of things now. Like, you're seeing it as a whole. You're seeing how colorful life can be. And it's not always going to be every color that you want it to be, but as a whole, it's very beautiful. And you're learning to integrate all of these things together. Whether it is something negative, you're using alchemy to transmute it and transform it into something that is going to be beautiful and is going to be a part of you that you actually end up loving. So instead of looking at it as, why is this happening to me? You're taking it and you're saying, well, because I'm strong enough to handle this. I'm strong enough to go through this. And I'm just being tested right now. It's not like a punishment. It's more like a strengthening test, to see how strong you are. And if you want to think about it, it's kind of like your higher self is doing this to you, to the human you. Hopefully that you understand what I'm saying. It's kind of like doing like an arm wrestle type situation, where you're not where you want to be. I mean, this is just an example, but say you're not as strong as you would like to be. Well, sometimes we can, play around and arm wrestle other people. I think people do it seriously as well, but it will strengthen you the more that you do arm wrestle with other people. and you continue to do it, you're going to get stronger and stronger. Especially if you're arm wrestling other strong people. So if you think about it in that way, where, you know, relating it to the trials and tribulations that you're going through, they're only getting tougher because you're getting stronger. So I'm going to leave it at that. But that's pretty much what I'm trying to say is, you know, we don't understand why. I said I was going to leave it at that. But yeah, sometimes we don't get it. We don't understand, like, why is this happening? And, you know, why can't things just go smoothly? And I'm even understanding now more that it's just a matter of showing you how strong you are and strengthening you even more, even further. So you're just elevating. You're just you're just elevating. You're rising up. Okay. We also have star gathering, stars aligned, remembering home, soul family. And interesting how this is on that card about healing your lineage, your ancestral realm. It's interesting, you know, how there's like soul family, remembering home. I would say also what I'm getting from this is to remember that there are so many other people that are going through similar trials and tribulations at this time and just period in their life. And it's like that is actually part of your soul family. Whoever's going through these things either at the same time or either the same kind of situations, it's kind of comforting to know that, hey, you know, there's this other person going through this as well. And not to say that like anything negative that's happening to someone else is comforting. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that there are others overcoming these things. There are others strengthening themselves. Like I was saying, it's not so much a punishment, it's more of a strengthening. And it's tough and it's not fun and it's not easy, and sometimes it feels like the universe is forcing us to learn these things, but it's only for the betterment of ourselves. And you know, we might feel alone sometimes, and that's kind of what I was saying, is that you have a soul family that's going through this as well. Like everything's connected, you know. Remembering home, like remember who you are, remember where you come from. And you actually come from source. So that's another like indicator that you can handle no matter what it is coming at your way. We have memories of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, progress, technology. Wow. Yeah, it's almost like the way you're handling things now is like you have this higher technology, this progression, like that your ancestors necessarily, I mean, they did too at their time. So it's almost like this is a cycle, this keeps happening, but now you're going through this as well. That's what I'm getting is, you know, you're uncovering newer things. You're uncovering, like every generation is going to kind of open new doors to like newer ways of handling these, newer ways of I'm hearing clever ways, like almost like you're dealing with this in a witty type of situation type of way. I'm seeing like something being, quote, thrown at someone and they're just like, oh yeah, okay, well, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm not gonna like succumb to the suffering so much of it. I'm going to understand it more. I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to figure out how to handle it the best way I know how for myself. So that's just what I'm seeing. And I'm getting like if there is some sort of connection that you have to Atlantis. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe it is. Maybe you don't even realize you do. I'm getting that is what they probably have done in Atlantis, if you believe that it existed, which I believe that it did. But it's like you're living like through your ancestors. You're dealing with things in a very similar way as your ancestors did, but you're bringing the new ways of dealing with things into it as well. You're integrating, like, that's why it says technology, because it's like technology is always improving, it's always changing, it's always adapting also to whatever it is. Like, how do I explain it? I know what I'm thinking in my mind, it's hard to explain sometimes, but whatever is quote a problem, okay, in modern day cannot talk society, whatever is a problem in modern day society, there are newer ways being discovered to solve these so quote problems, okay? And that's the simplest way I can put it, really. I don't want to get into the fact that it's not necessarily a problem, but like I was saying, these trials and tribulations are happening for our betterment, for our strength, like our strengthening of really our souls. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to go on to the next one. We have serious star blessings. Yes, proceed, be seen, push through. Yes, okay. You are pushing through at this time majorly. Your guides, your ancestors. I really feel your ancestors coming through because of the cards that we got so far. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just keep being seen for the shining light that you are, and keep pushing through. And it says proceed, and then it says progress. So it's like, keep going, keep moving forward, keep moving, period, you know? It's kind of like a bobbing and weaving type of situation now. And it's almost like I was saying, the trials and tribulations are getting to be maybe a little bit stronger or harder to handle sometimes. And it's almost like you're in some sort of video game that like gets harder and harder every level that you go to, right? And you have to move a little bit quicker. You have to think a little bit faster. And that's kind of what I'm saying. But again, it's all to strengthen you. It's not a punishment. I just want to keep reminding you of that. And that's what I keep hearing from this. Okay, we also have Akashic Records. Clearing old stories, releasing past lives, freedom. Wow. Releasing past lives, guys. And we're talking about ancestral trauma, really. I think that's what this is. We're healing ancestral trauma by what we're doing now. So realize what you're doing now is a very big thing. Even though a lot of this is spiritual, mental, emotional, it's more on the invisible plane, if you want to say. Because a lot of what the ancestors went through, yes, it had a lot to do with the mental, physical, or mental, emotional, spiritual, but it was more physical. Like now there's less physical, even though there's definitely physical things that people are going through as well. I'm not saying that that is not happening, but it is more so emphasized on these so-called invisible planes that we can't really see. So I think a lot of the times there's a comparison with the physical and the, say, mental, emotional sides, where it's like you can't see the abuse. Like, for example, if there's physical abuse going on, you can see it, right? It's physically being done. But when there's mental and emotional abuse going on, there's not really evidence of that, or it's hard to pinpoint. But physical is just more blatant to see. It's more in your face. It's right there kind of thing. if you were there, like seeing physical abuse or whatever. That's just an example. Maybe some of you do feel like you're going through some sort of abusive situation, and I would suggest, no matter what, to separate yourself from that. And I know it's not easy, but do anything that you can to separate yourself from that. You do not need that. You do not deserve that. But remember what these things are teaching us. So it's only going to guide you in the right direction. And I'm not saying like, again, if you're in an abusive situation, you have to leave that situation, okay? Do not tolerate it, but that in itself is guiding you, whether it's, like I said, negative or positive. It's obviously guiding you away from that. So wherever that guides you away from that, wherever you go to next, that is where your spirit team is trying to guide you towards. Like, it's kind of like saying you're not in the right place, the right time, the right space, when you tolerate these types of abuse on your being. Okay, I'm just getting all this intuitively. Clearing old stories, right? Okay, freedom. Yeah, freedom. Like, again, I'm getting abuse situations here. We could also abuse ourselves, so get away from that energy. It's really energy. So getting away from that type of energy and loving yourself. Learn to love yourself again, because it's not always easy to just snap your fingers and say, okay, I'm going to love myself. No, it's not like that. You have to almost learn about yourself first, again, to love yourself. And you have to recreate yourself. And that is what a lot of this is about too. Like, these cards are a lot about like regeneration or restoring who you are within. And that's really what this is about. It's a constant clearing, really. If you think about it, we have to clean our houses, right? So it's like a constant cleaning, maintaining. It's not something that you can just kind of let go or let be. And I kept getting that, movement, that word movement, like what I was saying about the video games. Like, if you're going to go to the next level in a video game, it's going to be harder. You're going to have to move faster. You're going to have to think faster. So it's a bobbing and weaving type thing with these energies, okay? So it's kind of, and we're learning as we go. So the more you learn, the better you're going to get at it. And then again, there's going to be like even harder things to go through, but we're only strengthening ourselves in the process. So we have Shambhala initiations, retreating to recharge, like I was just saying. Trusting in the process, Dharma. Yes, trust that what is happening for your highest good. Okay, retreat to recharge. Okay, that is very, very, very important at this time. I'm getting the Hermit card in my mind's eye. Okay, Dharma. We don't really talk about Dharma a lot. If you think about it in the tarot community, there's a lot about karma, but there's not a lot of talk about Dharma. Dharma is kind of like elevating yourself above knowing, like, okay, I have this karma, I've done this, and now I have to go through all the steps to solve out, or like, I was gonna say solve the karma, but I think you guys know what I'm saying. But really, Dharma is like rising above that, and you're kind of skipping through. It gets rid of the karma. Now, there's no quick, easy way to do that, but to realize why this karma is even happening. What if you look at it? If you keep looking at it, like, okay, I've done this. This is not right. This is not. I shouldn't be acting this way. I shouldn't be talking this way. I shouldn't be treating myself this way. I shouldn't be treating other people this way. Whatever it is, okay? Not honoring the light within us or others. It's like moving beyond all that and realizing that I keep getting this message of like, there's no punishments here. There really aren't any punishments. It's not I mean, on a lower level plane, we can say that, okay, you've done this, now you're going to get this back. You get out what you put in. That is true. But again, when you're elevating and you realize that you look at it from a higher perspective, you're not even going to want to harm yourself or others. You're not even going to want to even be a victim. You're going to realize that, again, all of this is for our growth. This is all for our learning. This is to come back to who we truly are inside. All right? So it's deeper than just you do this, you get it back. It's if you're doing something that isn't of the light, then, or if it's not helpful to you, if it's not going to like produce any sort of growth, that's just where you're going to be, right? Like, and I think about it like a pool. I've said this before in my readings, that if you step into the pool of whatever murky, crappy stuff, right? Negativity, that's what you're going to get. Because it's not even a getting, it's just you're stepping into something. You're choosing that. Or you can choose to step in the pool of beauty, light, and it's not that black and white either. Sometimes it's mixed. Sometimes you're stepping into a pool that has a lot of things in it, right? There's good and bad, but it's like you think about it as a pool and you step into whatever pool that you know is going to be the most, I'm trying to think of the best word to say here, like wherever you're going to get the most growth. Actually, all of it is growth if you think about it, though. Like I was saying, the negative, the positive, that it doesn't matter. In between, it doesn't matter. All of it's going to help you grow. But it's like to have that peace of mind, to have that inner peace, that freedom feeling that we were saying, freedom, and releasing all this stuff, this past life karma, this past life trauma, whether that's your ancestors or you that was in a past life that had these things, you're like, you stepping into whatever pool is best for you. And I know I keep like repeating myself in different ways, but yeah, just basically stepping into the world that you know you deserve, that you know that is going to be the best for you, that is going to be the most cleansing, the most healing, the most really the most beautiful. So you choose, you have the choice. Sometimes we blindly walk into different types of pools with all these different energies, and we're not really conscious. So that's why it's very important to stay conscious of what you're doing, what decisions you're making. Okay, so we're going to go into the next card, and then I'm going to pull some other cards. I'm going to put this in the middle. I just feel like putting it there. Sword of Light, divine protection, cords cut, breakthrough energy. So what I'm getting is a lot of people talk about cord cutting with people. Now that is very good. That is something that we need to do sometimes, right? But really it's their energy that we're cutting the cord with. It's not necessarily the person. Yes, the person is embodying this energy, but it's the energy itself. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. So just remember that, because we can all transform that energy, but there are those that choose not to transform. Those people that just continue to stay stuck and stagnant and, almost like a statue I'm seeing. And you're about movement, right? Freedom, releasing, renewing, recuperating, progress. All of this has to do with movement. Recharging, maybe you're retreating and that's going to be stillness for a little bit, but it's only to take a break, excuse me, to reboot. yourself back into, and why are we rebooting? So we can move again. So we can keep those energies moving. So we don't want to be stagnant, and we don't want to be stuck in those things, because it's not going to help us, basically. And we're going to be in darkness and not see anything. And that's what some people do. So I just thought about the cord cutting. It's really energy cutting. Breaking off of that energy that's not serving you, that's not helping you progress, it's not helping you grow, it's not. And the growth that comes out of it is just the awareness, the consciousness, right? Being conscious of it, realizing, oh, okay, this is here, I don't want this isn't right, this doesn't feel right to me, I don't want this around me, I'm going to cut this off. So really, it's as simple as that. And you are protected by the divine because of that too. Because you're choosing to step, again with the Dharma, step in that pool of the divine. I mean, really, you're choosing God, you're choosing Source, you're choosing to go wherever the synchronicities are going to lead you. Okay? And really, synchronicities, if you think about it, are all about what is light, what is freedom, what is truth, what is, I mean, all of these things, spiritual acceleration, progress, releasing. So really, there's a lot of releasing. Yeah, there's a lot of cutting out what doesn't serve us anymore. And a lot of this has to do with our ancestors. So remember, our ancestors can also be like, say, your grandparents, and their grandparents. So just remember that we're carrying all of this stuff from them. And we do need to let a lot of this go. Whatever is not working for us anymore. And it might be painful. We might have held on to it because it's familiar. But when we want freedom, we have to adapt. Like I was saying before about adaptation. We have to adapt. I'm hearing adaptation, change, transformation. You cannot keep holding on to something if you want to transform. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. So we have embrace this magical moment. You are in the perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Allow your wishes to be fulfilled. Wow. Yeah, this is beautiful. You're manifesting miracles. Wow. So when you're in this space, right, when you're cutting all this energetic stuff off that doesn't serve you anymore, you're in that space, you're in that energy where you can create any sort of magic that you want. That's why we talk so much about abundance in the spiritual community. Why? You're only going to get abundance if you have that abundance mindset. If you... and the abundance really is saying that you can have or do or be anything that you really want if you cut yourself off from those things that aren't good for you, that aren't good for your spirit, aren't good for your body, your mind, your soul, your heart. So really honor those things within you, and then that's where the abundance is going to come through. I'm really getting a lot. This is great. I love this. Okay, I'm getting a lot of intuitive messages about this. I love it. Open your heart. No one is perfect. Stop judging yourself and others and let love heal the situation. Yes, so you're cutting yourself off of certain energies that aren't serving you, right? But you're also opening your heart to those things that are serving you. There might be some sort of harsh judgments being made on others right now at this time, or yourself. I'm getting more so yourself, first of all, because it does start within. Maybe some sort of insecurities. Maybe that's also what you're cutting out and you're getting rid of. We're going to do some tarot too, but I just want to do one layer of cards with these cards. These are the Sword of Light Oracle deck from Archangel Michael. So I'm being called to ring this singing bowl real quick. And that also is the clearing of energies that don't serve us, okay? So there's a constant cleansing and clearing out. I'm getting from this reading, constant cleansing, clearing out of these energies, maybe because there's just like an abundance of those energies as well coming in. So there's a lot of cord cutting, there's a lot of energetic cutting with this sword of light. Okay, this sword of truth, really, that's what this is. And we don't just want to cut these things out, but we also want to allow the beauty in. We want to allow, you know, whatever restoration will happen in. And you get to create what you want to let in and what you don't want to. I mean, you get to create anything, really, what you want to cut off, what you want to let come in as well. But I think that's important to remember in this reading too, is like you have those gates yourself, if you want to say, kind of like, you know, the pearly gates of heaven. Okay, you get to allow whatever you want to come through those gates or what you want to shut those gates off to. So you have the power, and that's what I'm getting from this. And the stop judging yourself part is like, maybe you have to just close your gates to that type of thing, you know? Like, no, I'm not going to allow myself to constantly judge myself and others because really, because we're just all here doing what we do, you know? We're just, you know, we're all learning, and if someone's not learning and you don't like that energy, you cut it out, right? Or you step away from it. Or if that's what you're doing and say you keep repeating something, you cut that out. Or again, with the gate thing, you shut that out because you don't want that poisoning your heart, if that makes sense. Like, you want to open your heart, you want to open those gates to what is beautiful. Let love heal the situations. You want to let love in, but there's also this message of cutting out whatever doesn't serve you energetically. Okay, so we also have the way forward is open. You're not trapped. Possibilities and opportunities abound. I will guide you to personal and spiritual freedom. Again, freedom, guys. Freedom. See? Can't make it up, as they say. So the way forward is open. Again, open. Open your heart, okay? So, again, we're talking about opening the gates. Know when to open your gates. Know when to close them. Know what to open your gates for. Know what to close your gates for. You're not trapped. So maybe you've been feeling trapped. And possibilities and opportunities abound. And again, you are in this perfect energy for manifesting miracles, okay? So you'll be guided. You have to follow the map. You have to follow the signs and synchronicities guiding you towards that. And the letting go, the cutting off, the blocking off of certain energies is going to allow you to progress further on this path. Like, we had the proceed forward, right? Push through. What else do we have? Progress. Spiritual acceleration. Yep. You're moving forward through this time. And I like that. I like to see that. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, one more. Archangel Michael. One more for the collective. Okay. Well, we had two more, but I had one already done. All right, so we have Archangel Michael is with you now. Even though you can't see it, I'm actively working on the situation. I am here and helping you. And then we have increase your knowledge. Education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, or find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to know. Okay, so I'm getting, it's interesting. Archangel Michael is, let me see, I'm trying to see which ones to pull from. Yeah, even though you can't see it, remember I was saying like the spiritual, mental, emotional stuff is on like this invisible plane. We can't necessarily see it, but know that he's actively working on the situation. He's helping you. Any of your angels that you feel are there or that you have, they're actively working with you and for you. You can call on them for help. You ask and you shall receive. Okay, they're guiding you as well. Your spirit guides are guiding you along the path that you're supposed to be on, because they know truly what your heart wants, and they're only going to guide you in that right direction of what your heart wants. And then increase your knowledge. Education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to know. Yeah. This is like honoring who you are inside, and also, again, expanding that knowledge and like moving forward. Again, the movement, the progressing, and the there's a word I'm trying to think of, but advancement. Yeah, you want to advance, or you are advancing to the next levels, so you might need some tools, which this is basically what this is saying, to get there, if that makes sense. You might even want to find a mentor to help guide you as well in the right direction. So that might be something you want to do. That's good to have some sort of, it's like an anchor, like having that to guide you along. It'll be even stronger. It'll be even more potent for you. Your learning will be more, how do I say this? I want to say amplified, but I don't know if that makes sense right now. But your absorption, I'm hearing absorption of knowledge, is going to help you. I'm getting cards already. Let's see. Your absorption of this knowledge, it's basically, yeah, the tools. Like, you're going to have the tools. You're going to have better tools. And it does help to have, like, a better working tool to get the job done, no matter what it is, right? So that's all this is. And you're going to get more tools. And this is interesting how it said technology before, and then this is technically, well, all of this is technology, even though we think of technology as, you know, computers or anything of that sort, but really books can be technology. The scroll even can be technology. And it's kind of making me think of, again, with your ancestors, because back in the day they used scrolls, and then the next thing would be books, and then the next thing now is what, iPads and tablets and stuff. So it's, and then that's interesting how they call them tablets. And I just thought of this, like the tablets that Moses wrote the 10 Commandments on. So that might be a thing as well that's connecting to all of this. Maybe to say that, again, you know, we have that energy from our ancestors, and we might even have been one of our ancestors in a past life, if that makes sense. And just to connect all of that together and realize that we're just constantly progressing and getting better, taking what we learned and applying it. And that's really what this is, taking what you learn and applying it to your life. And like I was saying, you're getting stronger and stronger. And I know I'm like spending a lot of time on this card, but it's important because you're getting so strong. And again, you're moving up the levels like in a video game, and you're you know, you're gonna get stronger the more trials and tribulations that you're going through, the more that you learn. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. So we got these cards from the Rider-Waite. I'm gonna try to keep this a little shorter because I can see we're probably gonna go to like an hour. We have the Page of Pentacles. So there's some good news, okay? Oh, it's interesting. It says books on here. Yeah, and he wants to learn. He's eager to learn. And I know that that is not necessarily the Page of Pentacles only. I know that the pages in general, you know, they're younger, so they're still learning. So maybe that's also a sign, like you're, you know, maybe still young and energetic wise, if that makes sense. Yeah, one who's willing to learn. Yep. Open-minded person, and open your heart. So open your mind, open your heart. 2, to the good news, to the also I'm getting the tools that are going to help you. And then, you know, the books, like I was, you know, saying, there's connection there. There will be opportunities for you to possibly increase your income, or again, this is, a lot of this is spiritual, so it's going to start within first. So your stability, you're working on your stability. And I think that's what mainly the Pentacles is about. I mean, yes, it is about your financial situation, but your financial situation is going to be based off of your spiritual stability, strength, all of that. So that's that. And then we have the Moon reversed. So releasing fear, unveiling secrets, subsiding anxiety, truth, regaining composure, self-deception. Yeah, releasing fear for sure. Again, releasing things, cutting things off that do not serve you. Unveiling the secrets. Okay, I'm getting another one. Oh, wow. Knight of Pentacles. Patience, perseverance. For sure. Time heals all wounds. Yep. Reliable. I think this is very important to be this person to yourself. Because again, everything has to start within first. Okay, I'm going to pull a couple more cards, but yeah, I would say be patient with these things to come to fruition for you. Again, you know, you're starting off as a page, so, and it's interesting how it's kind of in order. And just keep that in mind, that like new beginnings, new good luck is coming to you, but you have to put the work in. And you're new. It's kind of like you're new at this, and it's only to say you're new at this level, okay? So we're constantly climbing up new levels, right? New levels, new devils. So it's not going to necessarily be easy, okay? Yeah, okay, here we go. The Ten of Wands reversed. So insurmountable problems, flogging a dead horse, duty bound, resigned to fate. Don't let these things hold you down, okay? Whatever you're going through, these burdens, okay? It's easier said than done, and I say this all the time, but these problems that you're having might feel like they're out of control. And you might feel as though you're not getting anywhere. Yeah, and then we have the Six of Wands reversed. Failure, losing, disadvantage, disgrace, being hunted, ill will. again, I just get that feeling that maybe you're feeling almost punished, or like, why is this happening to me kind of thing. But to know that you rise above that, like we were saying earlier, I think in a way it'd be good to rewind. I was gonna say rewind this, but you know, go back to the beginning of the video, where I'm talking about, you know, how to elevate beyond all of this. And really it's just about lessons. It's just about learning, you know, progressing. And how are you going to get stronger if you don't, right? So just remember, this is all just a strength test. That might help to remember. What else do we have, Spirit? Okay, so we also have the World reversed. Okay, so we might feel like, again, stagnant. Yeah, we have to keep moving. There's something that might need to close. You might need to close out. Okay, wait, I think I got the Death card. Yeah, okay. So, okay, I also got the Four of Wands. I got the Seven of Wands. And then the Death card. So, all of this is telling me something is, you need to let go of something, some sort of energy, okay? Or you're releasing something. Again, I said spiritual transformation in the beginning. So there's a lot of this death energy. Something's ending, something's gonna begin after that. But let me see. Yeah, it's like, it's just a mind thing. That's what I'm thinking. It's like you're thinking that you're not going to succeed. Yeah, lack of success, and then that would be lack of success as well. But really, in order to succeed, it's just to get rid of those energies, again, that do not serve you. So standing your ground, no, I'm going backwards, but standing your ground and fighting your corner, protective, defensive, standing for belief. Okay. Yeah, it's like you're creating that stamina within you. You're strengthening the stamina within you to actually be able to hold or handle these situations or push through these situations. So that's all this is doing, you know. It's I think, like I said, it can be all in our head sometimes, where we get so caught up in the thing itself that we don't realize that, you know, it's only there to help us progress further. All right, so we also have the Four of Wands. Now, this is usually like support from people that are loved ones, okay? Teamwork, community spirit, okay. It might be your spirit team. I think they're all banding together to help you in this time, because this is a very spiritual reading right now. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Okay, what else do we have, Spirit? Okay, I like that. Right after death, we have the Fool. So new beginnings. Yeah, adventure, travel, freedom. Again, freedom, you guys. I don't know where we had freedom before, but we had freedom in that other card. Wait. I don't know. But basically, there was freedom 2 times already, and now this is the 3rd card that says freedom. So it's very important at this time. Yeah, it's like, okay, the Fool, he barely has anything with him. He has this little bag, you know, a flower, and his dog, okay? And he's ready to jump off a cliff, okay? So he's like, okay, I'm believing in you, Spirit. I'm going to let you guide me to wherever you need me to go, because you know you're working for my highest good. And he's not worried about taking all his baggage with him. And again, you can't take your baggage. You can't take your baggage with you. So again, that's why there needs to be like this cutoff, this ending of something, of energy that is not working for you. And if you do that, you're going to be able to have your new beginning. And the sun is going to shine again. You know, you're going to feel light. You're going to feel airy. You're going to feel like a young child again, too. I get like this childlike innocence. Well, yeah, it says innocence from this as well. I would say be careful not to be too careless, you know, but it's all about trusting in the Most High to guide you to where you need to go. And trusting that whatever you're cutting out of your life or off is going to be for your highest good as well. Okay, these fall on the floor. All right, well, we have one more before that. Interesting. Letting go of the past. Yes. Focusing on the future. Maturity, growing up, leaving home. Okay, so 6 of Cups reversed. You're letting something from the past go. Now, again, this could be people, but we're really focusing on the energy. I'm getting the energy from all of this, okay? Yeah, focusing on the future, focusing on your progress. This is what this whole thing has been about. This is beautiful, okay? We're going to just kind of go through this a little faster now. I thought I was going to only do a little bit, but yeah, we're almost at an hour. It's fine, though. So, we have the 3 of Swords and the Justice card reversed. Okay. We have something was breaking your heart, okay? Lots of pain. You've been going through a lot of pain. It was something that was an injustice. Lack of accountability, okay? Or it says karmic avoidance, okay? So we were talking about karma and dharma. And it's really just a higher level understanding of all of this to say, I'm going to choose what's better for me, instead of like unconsciously going through life. You're going to consciously make the right decisions for yourself. If there were any injustices or heartbreaks, betrayals, depression, sadness, grief, sorrow, loss, okay? Anything that made you feel weak inside and feel pain. Again, I'm getting this message. It was only to push you further to realize who you really are, the power and the beauty and the love that you really have within you. It was just a contrast. And I'm not dismissing the pain, okay? Just know that I'm definitely not like saying that doesn't matter, or I'm not dismissing feelings or anything. But at a higher level, it's like it's only pushing you in the right direction now. Just know that when we say we don't deserve something, if you think about it, I say, or, you know, a lot of people in the spiritual community say, you know, get rid of what doesn't serve you. What do you deserve? It's like serve is in there. The word serve. What do you want to be served to you, kind of thing. And we can go back to the abundance. We were talking about the abundance. Abundance comes when you realize what you deserve or deserve. So it's like, also we can look at it as like deserve, okay? I'm just playing on words here. D usually means to take away, right? And serve means to give, which is interesting. So, or like D as in like, yeah, minus, subtract, take away. Yeah, I just keep hearing take away. And then serve is to, like, what do you, you know, if you're going to serve something to someone, you're giving, or you're presenting, or, right? So it's like, taking away what you do not want for yourself, what you don't want served to you, and giving to yourself what you do want served to you from the divine. Because like I said, you can do and have and be whatever you want, but you have to. Oh, now we have Native American relaxing flute music, which I love. Anyways, I'm gonna try to keep this short and sweet at the end here, because if I keep talking, I'll just keep going. But just know your worth, know what you deserve, what you want. I get what I give. There you go. I get what I give, it says. Give to yourself. Give the love you deserve to yourself. This is the heart chakra on the Justice card, I'm realizing too. So it's like, I didn't even know the heart chakra was associated with the Death card. And then we have it again with the Six of Cups. What didn't work for you in the past, you're going to know, right? It's very plain to see in our own personal lives what doesn't work for us. The hard part is letting it go. But if we keep reminding ourselves of what it's for spiritual transformation. It's for the higher good in ourselves, and then the higher good in everyone else. And that's going to create harmony, okay? We also have peaceful resolution, moving on, compromise, communication, ending conflict. So maybe this is what this has to do with. I did get this message in, I want to say the last reading, or one of the last readings. So there's a clearing out. Again, this cleaning, this clearing of this conflict. All right, so we have two more cards. We have the High Priestess, and then I keep getting this reversed, the Ten of Pentacles reversed. I keep getting the message that there is something within a family dynamic. Again, this could be your ancestors as well, because this could be connected to that. It definitely would be. We don't need to go into all the details about the money situation, but there could be money involved here. But this is more so, yeah, it says ancestry over here, like when it's upright, but it's definitely, it has something to do with it, even if it's reversed. I think you're getting spiritual insights, or you will be getting spiritual insights about what's happened in your family lineage that's been holding you back, or that's been like a repetitive like pattern that you want to release, because that's mainly what this is about too. And then we have the Five of Swords reversed. So there's, yeah, ending conflict, peaceful resolution. You're compromising, you're communicating. So it could be within your family that you have now. But again, there's like these repeated problems within your family line. So it's not any different if it's in your family or even in, you know, your ancestors' families. Because it's just going to repeat itself until it's solved. So you're going to have this like deep inner knowing about this. Yeah, and focus on yourself. Self-trust. I like that. Yeah, things to be yet revealed. Spirit guides. Allow your spirit guides to help you. Like I was saying, you know, they're going to guide you in the right direction. Towards stability. Emotional stability. That probably has a lot to do with it. If we're going to, you know, We're talking about compromising communication, ending conflicts. Listen to your intuition. I think this is also strengthening your intuition at this time. You're going to learn to trust yourself more, and I think that's what you're doing right now. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a message too. Like, trust yourself. It says, my inner knowledge is my best guide in all. I like that. Trust that you do have the answers. I think it's about quieting the mind, quieting other people's opinions or thoughts or anything that's coming from external or even internal. But tapping into the divine speaking through you. That's basically what the high priestess is. The divine is speaking through her. Because that's what your intuition is about as well. You only have the intuition because of the divine powers. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it there. I know it's been really long. I normally don't make long videos like this, but I felt like it was needed. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you like my videos, and I'll talk to you guys soon.